One of the greatest contributions I think I've made, and this is very close to home because it was one of the things that I saw in the life of Dr. King, particularly when I read all of his books and books that others have written about him. And of course, I've met people that knew Dr. King. The whole idea of starting at home with family and building family and strengthening family and having that love for others to see. It's kind of the sunlight that others will see. And so one of the greatest contributions that I think I've made in following his legacy is that I've been a good mother to my children. And I think that's evidenced in how they've completed their education and are strong model citizens and making very positive contributions to society. Okay, I'll start first with the time that I spent in state government. And those were, for me, it pushes me back to my 30s. Those were some challenging years. Government is not the easiest place to work. But then on the other hand, I also think it's one of the most rewarding because in that experience, if you're not prepared to listen and to learn and to grow, it kind of overtakes you. One of the things that I did there in state government was I worked in an agency where, again, I was afforded the opportunity to practice what I really believe about servant leadership. At that time, I directed a training program for seniors and for the disabled, and it gave me an opportunity to go out into the public and to serve others and to help grow and build and strengthen a strong community, because I know that was a message from Dr. King, is that we have to build strong communities in order to expand that into a strong societal structure. I believe the current threats to equality are the government, what's going on in government. I think we've experienced some setbacks in terms of a new administration that we have. I'm not going to assign all that to one individual, but to say that we've had problems that have come full bloom, or they're more out in the open in terms of people feeling like that we don't need to be a nation of equality and a nation of values and a nation of respect. I think white supremacy is obviously on the rise. It seems to be perfectly okay that folks are out in the open with how they feel about people of color. I think there's a serious threat to immigration. Not everybody that comes across the border is indeed a threat to this world. In fact, I think many people that are come to be strong supporters and builders of society, contributors rather than someone coming to take away. I think immigration policy is a serious threat. One of the first steps or actions I think we need to take is that we need to come together as a community and recognize where we are as individuals, where we are as families, and the fact that we are stronger as a community working together. One of the major things I think we need to do is become more politically active in terms of who our political leaders are and who we definitely do not want them to be. So I think being a registered voter and being politically active is extremely important. I think being aware of what's happening in your community, being supportive of your leaders in the community that are attempting to build it up. And I think being supportive of local communities is equally, if not more important than, say, our legislators or our governors or our congresspeople, because I think the real change begins at the base in the communities.